Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and this one's, if true, is a pretty big deal for a lot of people in a variety of different ways, and I want to discuss that. And so the rumor is Lucasfilm is moving forward with a Star Wars Jade TV series. I would say that, once again, far too little, far too late, for a myriad of reasons, and we'll get into that. And I will also say it's, again, hilarious that Disney continues to poach characters and ideas from the EU while after, making sure everybody knew that they were not going to be part of their canon. I think that's pretty funny. And they've reached desperation because they're not getting anything out of the characters that they made. They had something okay going with Mando, and then they blew it, and none of the other characters they created are doing anything. So now let's poach another Timothy Zahn. We poached Thrawn. Did a pretty smelly job of him. Even his strategies in the show were not good. He's supposed to be this brilliant strategist. Just even the way he looked, just the whole thing. He's involved with these witches, and it's just Anyways, so take a character and switch them to what we want because we can't think of new characters ourselves because we're so awesome. That's why we work at Lucasfilm. And Timothy Zahn's heir to the Empire trilogy. Star Wars fans met Mara Jade and learned she was once the Emperor's hand. Okay, so this is if you don't know who this character is, you can get a little background here. Undercover in Jabba the Hutt's palace during the events of Return of the Jedi, she didn't make it onto the sail barge in time and failed to assassinate Luke Skywalker. Trying to assassinate Luke Skywalker on behalf of Palpatine. Palpatine's loyal soldiers subsequently blamed him both for Palpatine's defeat and the fact that she lost everything, prompting her to hunt Luke down years later. Oh, I thought Palpatine put it in her ear. Just before he died or something, he spoke to her or something. I'm not remembering that correctly. Despite initially setting out to kill the Jedi, Mara ultimately realizes that Palpatine planted the idea in her head. Yeah, there it is, okay. At the moment of his death, and embraces the idea of being a Jedi too, after ridding herself of the Sith voice by dealing the killing blow to Luke, a clone of Luke created by Dark Jedi Joruus C'baoth. Yeah, and Luke fights him and stuff. Eventually, she and Luke marry and have children, something we know can't happen thanks to the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Yeah, and this is what I was sort of alluding to earlier, is that, now you're going to put her in a show sometime in between Jedi and The Force Awakens, but they can't be married, they can't have kids, so you're taking elements of her and her story, and then you're changing it to what you want it to be because Luke had to be a loser bum and he certainly couldn't have kids. And listen, George Lucas did say that Luke doesn't have kids. I prefer that, to be honest. I'm not saying that the stories aren't cool in the EU and Luke's kids and stuff, but I kind of like him not getting married. But I also do like the stories. And so if they had done that, I wouldn't have been mad about it. I just wouldn't have been thrilled about it. And I certainly would have been happier than I am with what they did do with Luke. That's for sure. But yeah, I was just more interested in the solo kids. I thought that kind of made more sense. He's a warrior monk. He's not supposed to really get married and stuff. But a lot of people really like him having a family and stuff. And now they're not going to get that. So it's like Mara Jade fans, a good chunk of them, most of them I would argue, would have wanted to see the whole story of Mara Jade and Luke, but instead they're going to half-ass it. And it's and they have to now because of their stupidity with what they did. Or they'll have them get married and then she dies before The Last Jedi. It's just, and then it's going to make that even more awkward. He never even mentions her to Rey or anybody. It's just oh, they screwed it up so bad. We could, however, still see Mara introduced as a compelling new female protagonist who is front and center in this next era of storytelling. For many fans, the hope is that Dave Filoni might introduce her in the upcoming Star Wars movie, also rumored to be titled Heir to the Empire. I'm assuming he's talking about the Mandalorian and Grogu, or is he? Oh no, he's talking about the Filoni-verse one. That's supposed to come out after that. That's supposed to tie in everything, and it is rumored to just be a gigantic, every character that Filoni's ever put in anything is all going to come together in this massive thing. It's not going to work, but whatever. Today's scooper, My Time to Shine H, brings word that Lucas is developing a TV series revolving around Mara Jade. While we'd imagine most of her story with Luke will be scrapped, there are still ways to adapt her story as the Emperor's Hand, and for all we know, she and Luke did cross paths before his self-imposed exile. But again, that's not the same Mara Jade. So you're going to steal elements of a character that people really care about to try and entice them into spending money on your drivel when you had the stories there and you took a poop on them. Like, this is the thing. Like, if you were going to go all out, all in on your Disney Star Wars stuff, you know, I can criticize it. I can say it sucks, but at least I can respect the fact that you did your own thing, and you know what, it sucks, but at least you did your own thing. At least I could say that. But they're making it so much worse now because they're poaching stuff and wrecking it and doing something different with it that wasn't the initial idea or story revolving around that character or through that character. So it's like, it's just really crappy and in my view, unethical. I think it's unethical to do that. I don't care whether they have the right to. Yeah, they have the right to do whatever they want. But ethically, I think that's gross. And it's lazy writing and lame, and it just proves they can't come up with interesting characters on their own. Ahsoka was reportedly a hit for Lucasfilm. Season 2 is already in the works, so another female-led series featuring a badass lightsaber-wielding warrior stands a good chance of being just as successful. Well, Ahsoka wasn't really that successful. It did way worse than Mando Season 2 finale. Its ratings were very meh. It wasn't as bad as Acolyte or Skeleton Crew, but it was very meh. Like, I don't know that Ahsoka made Disney a bunch of money, I'll tell you that much. He does have a point here, though, another female-led series. Of course, that's the even funnier thing about this, right? Filoni stood up, he did that speech talking about how it's all going to be about women, and we need to have women, and Kathleen Kennedy said, I want to have women, you know, half the executives have to be at least women, and this story group has to be full of women, and yet here's this character that people liked attached to another story that post-Jedi people liked, and you don't do anything with her until now when you're desperate and they're losing it all? Strong female characters that we came up with until we can't use them anymore because they are losing us money. And now we're going to bring some, you know, the Mara Jade character in a totally different story that doesn't do the same things. But we'll steal the stuff we like from it. It's insanity. It's insanity. The Force is female except if you're Mara. And then we're going to do... It's just like... And now they're doing it. Like, if they're doing it. Mara is a fantastic character and one fans have dreamed of seeing in live action for decades. Lucasfilm doing so will make a lot of people very happy in the studio. Studios need a win after delivering so many divisive movies and TV shows in recent years. Addressing his plan for his Star Wars movie, Filoni has chosen his words carefully, but confirmed we won't necessarily see the classic Rebel soldiers versus Stormtrooper battles, which have defined the Star Wars franchise, so the New Republic versus Undead Witches, it seems unlikely. I'm setting up what seems to be a larger conflict with the Imperial Remnant. That conflict can't just mirror what we've seen before. It has to take on a different shape. It can't just be the Empire versus what looks like the Rebellion or even the Republic. It has to be visually different. But you're packing that into a time frame in between Endor and the First Order. That's what the First Order is. It can't just be Empire versus the Rebellion. That's what the sequels are. So now they're going to try and shoehorn in some different thing, but then the same thing comes back. These guys screwed it up so bad. They just don't know what they're doing. They're so bad. You needed to decanonize the sequels. You needed to decanonize most of the shows, including Rebels. And then you could start again and do things properly from, you know, post-Endor on, where there are a lot of stories, and it isn't just cut and dry that the Empire is just dissolved into nothing. And it took them time to get rid of it. But then it just comes back in the First Order. Like, it's retarded. Okay, so I did look into this My Time to Shine, and they said that this was posted. Today's scooper, My Time to Shine, brings word that Lucasfilm is developing a TV series. Now, maybe I'm crazy here, But I looked it up, and I'm looking through today's posts, and I'm trying to find where it says anything about this. So this is where I'm a little confused. Maybe somebody in the comment section, you can let me know if you've looked into this, but the only thing I see is stuff about Captain America, MCU, Captain America, and they said it was today. Well, today's the 14th. This is yesterday now, and I don't see anything. Great job, My Time to Shine, for scooping James Watkins a week ago. Okay, so he has scooped stuff, so it's not as if he doesn't scoop anything. Where is it that it says anything about? It's just all MCU stuff. I don't know if he deleted it or, like, these articles are still up. But what's funny is Zendaya is being considered for a role in Star Wars. Who do you think she should play? This is the only one that's even remotely Star Wars related. Yeah, like, I don't know. Because, and the only reason I brought up this Zendaya one, it's the only Star Wars post he's had in days. And then Comic Book Movie put Star Wars, a Mara Jade TV series rumored to be in the works. Could Zendaya play the Emperor's Hand? Would anyone want that? I don't think she looks right for the part at all. I don't know, you guys tell me. Does she look right for Mara Jade? And why can't they cast an actual ginger? The live action He-Man, they changed 4 of the ginger characters in the main cast and turned them into something else, like, I don't know, black people or whatever. What is with gingers? No, I don't want Zendaya playing Mara Jade. She's not a ginger. Like, why is it okay that gingers get their roles taken constantly? So no, I don't want that. And I don't know if this is like, what are they referring to? If you have found anything, let me know in the comment section, but I don't know. I can't find the tweet that this guy's talking about, but I would not be surprised. And obviously they're looking into everything. I'm sure they are looking into this, because they are hemorrhaging and they're going to try and bait you with nostalgia for a character and then not have her actually fulfill the story that she was meant to play. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.